Hi guys, welcome to DWS Academy. My name is Onahayui, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a Wordmark logo in Canva. If this is the first time coming to our YouTube channel, I want you to subscribe to this channel and also turn on the bell notification. If at any point of this video you do like it, I want you to give it a thumbs up. If you've got thoughts and questions, the comment section is there, drop them there. So let's just get started with this tutorial. What is a logo? A logo is a graphical representation of a brand or an organization. So it's basically an identifier. So with a logo, you can easily differentiate between one brand and another, even though they also offer the same services or products. So that is a logo. You can differentiate between Twitter and also Facebook, even though they are more like messaging apps, right? That is what a logo is. It is an identifier. It is not logo doesn't do the business for the brand. It just identifies that this business is this and this business is that. As simple as that. That's just what a logo is. It is and it's also graphical because it's like a picture, but this time around it is vectorized. So that's what a logo is, a graphical representation of a brand or an organization. Now we've got different types of logos. If you are considering creating logos for the very first time, there are about 7 or 8 different types of logos existing, but here I'm going to be talking about the major 3 logo types that people are using constantly every single day. We've got the iconic type, we've got the Wordmark, and we also got the combination type. Now just for something like Twitter, because I just brought this logo here just to show you guys something like Twitter, it is an iconic brand. Sometimes people could say it is not just an iconic brand, it is also a pictorial logo, but it is more of an iconic brand, something that really shows an icon, right? That is what this particular one is. That is the iconic brand. You also got the Wordmark kind of logo, something like Google. It's just the word, okay? Just a word like Visa, all right? It's just the word. And you've also got PayPal, which is falling under the combination type of logo. What this means is that you are going to be using an icon and also the name of the brand or the Wordmark there. So you're combining icon and also Wordmark. That is why we call it the combination type of logo. Now you also have that kind of combination type of logo. You can also say MasterCard is something like that, that has this combination kind of logo. But most times it's really confusing because most companies will also have that same icon and also the Wordmark together, or you can call it lettermark together, right? So these two will play to form that one logo that you use for your brand. But the difference here is that you're going to be using the icon separately, or you're also going to be using the Wordmark separately, except for proper company documentations where you have to use both together for your company collaterals like letterhead or business cards. So what then is a Wordmark logo? So if this is your first time hearing this, a Wordmark logo is just like this, like I am telling you here. I showed you this Google, but you're just going to use letters to form your business name or your brand name, and you're going to use those letters in a creative way to create an identifier for your own brand. So that's what a Wordmark logo is. It's a logo that is designed with letters only, and most times the business name is used to craft such logos. Now, another thing you need to consider when creating a logo is the fact that logos need to look great, and if a logo doesn't look great, it means that something is really wrong with that. So what exactly makes a logo great? Now, this particular person created a course, and his name is William Lidwell, and he mentioned a particular concept that helped a lot of people, and is also helping people currently, and it's called the ARM model. So what this actually means is it's just an acronym for the word attention, response, meaning, memory, and I just added one more to it, which is simplicity. Now your logo needs to grab attention. Okay, even though it is not the first thing that makes people to buy that makes people to have this buying decision, but it has to be attractive. All right, and when a logo is attractive, it begins to drive in response. So people begin to, okay, what is this about? What does this logo mean? What is the meaning of this logo? There is just a response to that particular logo. This, if you've got the attention, you also need to get the response. And when the response is there, there's people talking about it, and you're having to notice it. The next thing that comes to mind is what exactly is this logo saying? What is the meaning of this logo? So the logo needs to also have a meaning. Even though it's just a word, it should be able to explain something. All right, now after the attention, the response, the meaning, people should be able to remember your logo, and that's where the memory comes in. People need to see your logo today and also remember it tomorrow. Now when you're talking about a brand that's got a watermark or a combination kind of logo, it is advised by professionals, that you should use your wordmark and also the icon together, and not just using the icon alone, because people will have to remember both of them together. So when they see the icon separately from the wordmark, they will easily remember that particular brand without even seeing the name of the brand. It's just like seeing the bear, the bird of Twitter, and you don't even need to know that is, you don't need to see the name before you recognize or even notice that particular brand. And if someone else also creates something with the bird, you just discover, you're saying, oh, these people kind of copied Twitter, right? It's because they have used the icon and the wordmark to create this memory in the users, right? And whenever you see the bird alone, it just comes to your mind that this is Twitter. The same thing with Google. They've used the colors to play a lot of mind tracking for users. So whenever you see those colors, blue, red, yellow, and green, it just comes to your mind that this could be a Google brand. All right, so that's one thing that your brand should be able to do. It should be able to evoke memory. All right, allow people to think about it and remember it when they see it somewhere else. So if your logo cannot grab attention, respond, doesn't have meaning, cannot be remembered, then it is really not a good logo. And the last part that I really added to this is simplicity. So your logo must be simple. Remember that the most the best logos are the simple logos. For instance, you can see Twitter, you can see Google, you can see Facebook, you can see PayPal, Amazon, and the rest of them. These brands, they have good logos that are very simple and yet memorable. So that's how to have a logo. That's how to have a great logo. That's exactly what makes a great logo. It's called the ARM model by William Lidwell. Yes, so that's it. And then I'm gonna move to the next one. When you're trying to create a logo, you need to also consider a brief, because you just can't pick up your artboard or your pen or your paper and whatever and just start sketching. You need to have a guide, a roadmap, and that's why creating a brief is very important. Before you embark on designing a logo, it's very important for you to have this guide, and that guide is what we call a brief. Okay, and if you're asking yourself, what is a brief or what is a logo brief? So a logo brief it's a document that provides the designer with all information that is needed to create a logo for you. So if a client is asking you to give him a brief, what he's simply saying is, I want the information about your brand. I want to know what you want the logo to look like. I want you to tell me what this logo means to you when we create it. What do you want to see? What feeling do you want to have after we've created this logo for you? Now, there are also things you need to point out, you need to take note of when you are creating your logo and when you are crafting your brief. All of those things are inside the brief, okay? But it's like we've got two types of brief. We've got the visual brief and also the written brief. Now the written brief is just the one more like a document you read through. You also got the visual brief where you have to click or select images that suits what kind of logo you are looking for. Now after you've done that, you also need to consider the industry of that particular niche that you want to create a logo for. And after that, you have to go to the next step where you decide the style of your logo, whether you want your logo to be classic or sophisticated, or you want it to be youthful or bold, or you want it elegant. It all depends on whatever you want. So you need to just master all of these things, the industry, master what get adequate knowledge of what the client wants. This is usually achieved by a dialogue. So you can have a dialogue with the client and say, hey, tell me what you want this logo to be about. How do you want it to look? Do you want it to look classical? Do you want it to look funky? Do you want it to look bold? These are things you need to look out for. And remember that a logo that is classical for a luxurious brand might not be the same might not work for another kind of brand in a different industry. Right? So if what you're designing is for a fashion industry, you need to be looking at a style that is elegant, that is modern, minimalistic, classical, maybe youthful, but you're not going to just change everything when you are in a different sector, maybe like the food industry. All right, so just have this in your mind. You need to study the industry perfectly and get a good knowledge of that. If there is any part of it you don't understand, all you need to do is get back to your client and have a dialogue with it. Okay, so in the next step, I'm going to be showing you how to create a logo for a fashion and hospitality industry. Okay guys, so here we are going to start creating the logos. You've gotten an idea of what it means to create a logo and what a logo is, what makes a logo great. So we are going to just create a logo now. So you see how we just put all of those things that we've learned together to create a wonderful logo. Now, this is a brief that we already have. It is this is the client Val's Hospitality Group. It's a fictional brand. It's not existing, and this is a logo project. We also got the scope of the project here, where they are saying that they are a company crafted by love and commitment. It's a kind of relationship stuff, you know, trying to make your partner feel good and remember great moments you guys had together. So it's a group of companies. So they also, this is the idea here in the scope. We want couples to have the best experience they can ever imagine, something lasting, memorable, and worthwhile. Now this is the brief here, saying that this is the main brief, saying we want a logo that explains freedom, happiness, strength, and commitment. We do not want to have icons or some abstract love or heart shape. A Wordmark logo will be fine, but we want it to fit across all layer and subsidiaries. So what they're basically saying here is that, from what I understood here, is that they want this logo to fit in the other group of companies and other things they're going to be doing. So this logo which just have to fit in to that. And then they also wanted to have this luxury style. They wanted to be elegant and also bold. Remember, I told you about this. You need to understand the industry so you know how you're going to work on the style for that particular industry for the logo. And then here also we're talking about the color for this particular brand here. We're going to use terracotta, we're going to use brown, gold, yellow. We're going to try so many colors to see if it comes out really well. And to do that, we're going to be working with a lot of images to come up with that. So basically, this is what the brief is talking about. Create a logo for us that we can use for our hospitality group. It's a relationship group actually, and we want this logo to be elegant. So that's what we're going to be creating right now. Now the next thing you need to do is, if you look at my artboard here, you notice I've got 4 pages here. I've got 4 pages, and what I'm doing here is, the first one I renamed it to logo brief. The other one is color decisions. This is where I'm going to be deciding the colors that I'm going to use for this particular brand. Now the third page is the logo variations, where I'm going to be designing using different typefaces for this particular different fonts. And then we also got the photos here. These are photos we're going to use more like a mood board for this particular brand. So let's just get started with the first one. To do your color decisions, you've already been helped, with the type of logo and the color that is needed for the logo. So let's just get our box here and start manipulating the colors to get exactly what we are expected to do. Now I'm gonna just have 5 of these boxes here. So all of these boxes, I'm just going to make sure that they have different colors. So to do that, I'm going to go here and I'm going to search for wedding. Now I'm going to search for wedding on the photo, and you can see a lot of wedding photos here. Now because of what we want to do is more like a brown stuff and terracotta and yellow kind of thing. So just going to decide some of these. These are photos we're also going to use as our for our mood board as well. So I just got one right there, and I also got another one here. So right here. So you can also search for couple on vacation. So you can see if you will find photos of couples on vacation. So you can actually see this one here, different wonderful photos here. All you will need to do is you want to drag out the colors from that particular photo. So this one here, we can still use this and also drag out the colors from this. So these are photos that will really work for us, that will inspire us to create what we want to just go ahead and create. So you can see this here are just talking about photos of couples that actually went out on a on a vacation or something like that. So we also want to get this one. So it's kind of good. And then we are also going to look for accessories. Okay, so accessories, we're going to look for, say, wedding rings. We're going to look for wedding rings, and on the photo as well. So you can see this, it's more like making a vow. So we just have this right here. Okay, we could also have something like bracelets. We also have bracelets, and also search in the photos. So you can see a lot of them here. So you can have this one as well. So these are photos that we are going to be using for our mood board. Just copy them and just put them right here. Just put them right here. Now this is where we are. We're going to start choosing the colors that we want right here. Another way that we can do this is if we select this one here and we go over to the photo, we are going to see different photos here, and all of these photos have got their own colors. So we're going to choose basic colors that we want to use here. We're going to choose this one, and we are also going to choose this one. We are going to choose this color. We are going to choose this color, and then we are also going to choose this color. So let's just see. Now these are the colors that we are going to use. After having these colors, you can decide to go ahead and work on the hex code. So if you select the color like this, you just go here and you copy this hex code, and you just select the hex code and you paste this hex code right here. You're going to be having this. So this is the hex code for this. You can do the same thing for the rest of them by just copying the hex code and replacing the hex code there. Alright, so this hex code, they are just generic. This is the only original one here, so you can just go ahead and replace all of this hex code with the original color for that particular color. And then I'm just going to change this one to maybe not black. If I change it to black, I'm going to change all of this to white. Okay, that's cool. So let's just say these are the colors we are going to be using for this particular brand. So now we've just had we've got a knowledge of what we want to do here. Okay, so the next part is to start working on our logo. And since this logo is a Wordmark, it's going to be a little bit tricky to do, but we just have to come up, we just have to do it. I go over to text, and when you are in your text section, you are just going to choose anyone here, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to choose the one here that says header, and right here I'm just going to type in vows. Alright, so I'm just going to type in vows. So this is just one concept. And then another concept is I'm going to have them just read individually, so I can play with it properly. And so this is going to be VO. Just going to have this here. So we're going to have this, and then we're also going to have this, and then we're also going to have this. So these are the logos we're going to be, these are the text we're going to use to just play around to see if we're going to get our logo right. Now the next thing to do is to look for the font type that is going to really be good for this. So let's just try it out and see. We're going to go over here and we're just going to try to see what we want to use here. So in my case, I'm going to be searching for this called tan, and it's just going to come up. So we have this one, so I could decide to use this, and I'm also going to duplicate it again, and I'm also going to use this. Okay, and I'm also going to use this. So this looks cool, but for this particular one I'm going to just change them. So I'm going to just change them to see what's going to work for me. For this particular one, I'm going to choose this. Just trying to choose this to just see what's going to come up. If I put it in uppercase, okay, that's what it looks in uppercase. So I'm going to, let's see what happens if I change this one to this or to this. No, I don't like that. Maybe this. No, it doesn't. This one kind of looks good. So let's see what happens when we try to see this. Let's see what we're going to be able to achieve with this. So let's say we've got this. I'm kind of liking this. So let's see what we can do with this. So if we've got V right here, I'm just going to zoom this a little bit so you can see how I'm going to just try to work on this. Okay, now this is just what we're going to put here. And I'm just going to work with it like this to see if it's coming up well. Alright, and then just going to put our V right here at the top. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm just trying, and this is what you should do if you are going to just start working on this. Then we've got this one right here, but I'm going to just tilt it this way and just push it towards the back here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, maybe to touch it as well. Okay, so I'm just feeling like I have one concept here. That's how I feel, like I've already gotten one concept here already. So, but let's see what we can do. I'm going to just, I think I like it, so I'm just going to go again to get another one. And this one, I'm going to just try to work on it a little bit, just to play with it a little bit to see this particular one. Now I'm going to just tilt it a little bit like this. Okay, I'm going to just tilt it like this a little bit. I just want to see what it's going to give to me. I don't know. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so I'm just playing around with it. This is just what you need to do if you are going to just work on stuff like this. So I'm just going to put it this way, still tilt it a little bit. I'm trying to see if I'm going to get exactly what I'm looking for with this particular concept. Okay, alright, so this is cool. I kind of like that. So these other two here, they are off, so we need to find a way to fix them. So this one can actually stay here. That's great. So we can put that there. And this one can actually come just below it right here. So it can actually go here. Right, awesome. So I also do like this as well. I like this too. So, but I'm thinking that maybe we should just increase this a little bit, like this, so it just gives it that iconic feel. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be cool. So just a little bit like this. Okay, this is nice. So we've got this one and I really like it. Alright, so this is cool. This is cool. Alright, so we've got one more concept to just come up with, and I think I'm just going to still duplicate this. I'm going to just duplicate this, and then I'm going to just work on it a little bit. So for this particular one, let's see what happens if I change it to this or this. Maybe make it caps lock, I don't know, or maybe this. Oh, this is cool too. So I'm just going to see if I can rotate it a little bit to 90 degrees, and then I'm just going to click on this, and okay, just going to work on this. I'm just trying to play around with this here to see what's gonna work. Haven't worked on this kind of thing before, so let's just see what we can get. Okay, alright, so we can get this and we can get this. So you can see that we've got this right here, and we also have this. So we've got three different concepts here. I'm going to delete this one. I'm also going to delete this one. So right now we've got three concepts right here, and you can share this with your clients to say, hey, you know what, this is what we have actually come up with. So right now I'm just going to go back, get another text from here. This one is going to be, I'm going to put that as hospitality group. Yeah, I'm going to put that as hospitality group right there, so you can see that. And then I'm going to just change this to Montserrat, and I'm going to use this. I'm going to make it to be caps lock. I'm also going to work on the letter spacing here. I'm going to make it a little bit bold. I'm going to just reduce it a little bit. Then I'm going to decide to put it right here. Okay. Alright, so that's it. I'm going to also copy this and just bring it here. And I'm going to just copy this and bring it here as well. Now you can see that we've got three different logo concepts, and we're just going to pick one out of this. Now they all look really good, but you just need to go ahead and work on them. But this is how you go ahead creating a logo using your text. Now if you notice this, there is harmony here because for this one, the V is not touching this particular letter, and this is not also touching this. This kind of works to show that it is like two people coming together. It is like a union. And then you also, for this one here, I'm thinking maybe if I try to play around with some of the elements here, and maybe this, I don't know, but I'm just thinking that if I had the opportunity to play with it, what is it gonna look like? So if I try to reduce this like this, I don't know what this is going to look like, but I'm just trying to see. You know, you never can tell. Even though the client says, I just wanted to have only words, just text kind of thing. But let's just see. Okay, this could be good too. I don't know, but we could still change the color to this and just see what this looks like. Okay, you can also see that this is just coming up to be its own type of logo. Now this is one of the great concepts and great ideas that you can use when you are thinking about starting a logo, like a really cool logo, and you just want to use fonts to do that. So right now I just brought in a line, and I'm thinking if I could just put the line just below here and just playing around with that line, making it to look this way. and just pressing a little bit and just playing around with this like this. So you can see that I also kind of give it that feel, but it's not really exactly what I want. I want it to be really simple and memorable. So I'm gonna just pick this one, and I'm gonna create a new page here. And this new page, I'm going to paste this, and I'm just going to increase this like this. Okay, so you can see that we've got this, and every single thing here is text based. So we can just change the colors for this one to whatever we want to just change it to, and you can see that it's actually working really cool. All right, now you can change this here. I'm gonna just work on this so you see how you can just present your logo and make it look really cool and really amazing. So I'm gonna group everything. I'm gonna bring it right here, this particular one here. I'm going to also drag this down here, and this time around just reduce it a little bit, select everything. I'm gonna just bring it down here to this one. I'm gonna change it to black, and all of the stuff there, I'm gonna just include them and change them to white. And that's what you do. And then I'm just going to bring it down a little bit. All right, then I'm gonna have this part here where I will just stay here in the middle like this, and I just want to bring this one here. Now this is not going to have an icon or whatsoever like that, but I'm just going to show you guys how to really come up with this, that it's going to look awesome. Now for this one, it's going to be white, and this is also going to be white. So select all of this, change this, ungroup this one and make it to black again. Now what you want to do here is you are going to delete this, delete this, delete this, and this is going to serve as the icon. So here we're going to change this to Vows Hospitality Group. And then just make it like this, select all of it and push it to the left here. So if we select this and bring it here, we can just play around with it like this, bring it this way, so it's right in the middle. So we just work on this color and change it, and you can see how this becomes the icon here as well. Alright, so if we go back here and change all of this to this particular color and change this color to this particular color, so you can see how we have successfully created this wonderful brand having this type of colors and this type of feel all together. This is just using Canva, and you have something that looks really professional right here. This can serve as anything that you would like to use. So the next part that we're going to do is just represent them using photos. So just duplicate this page, and right here you could just have this one. We are going to use only 4, so we're just going to use that one. We are also going to use this one, we will use this one, and we are going to use the bracelets. So we're going to delete this one, we're also going to delete this one. So it's pretty simple. All we need to do is drag this until we get to the middle of this, and then we're just going to reduce it a little bit. Then we are going to just repeat the same thing here, but just to make sure that it fits, we're just going to drag it this way, and we're just going to drag it like this. We're doing the same thing just to make sure that they all have the same size, and we're going to drag this one down to, we're going to bring it just here, and then we're going to put the last one here, going to put the last one here. Then we are going to just drag it like this. Then we're putting it right here, but this time around we just want to shift them a little bit so they have space on their own, but we're going to put them right in the middle here. Okay, and I'm going to just put this to this, so you can see that this is just here to give it that feel and also put our logos on it, what we're going to do is okay, I think we should delete this one. Okay, so right now to have them also put our logos on it, we are going to create this. We're going to bring in the shape right here, and for this we are just going to reduce it like this. I'm going to make this particular shape to have this brown. I'm going to push it to the back. That's it, very simple. So I'm just gonna reduce it a little bit, bring it here. We've got one, and then we're also going to just bring it down here. So select all of them, position them to the back. Alright, now we've got our photos. What we're going to do is just reduce the transparency of our photos. You can also go ahead and edit the photos by going to adjust and go into brightness. You could just increase the brightness a little bit and also play with the contrast a little bit. You can increase the saturation a little bit, and then that's it. Go ahead and click on this copy style here, copy this particular style, paste it here, copy this style, paste it here, copy this style and paste it there. So this one you can just go ahead and reduce it to this. You can also reduce, this is on 32, so you can reduce this to 32, and you can also reduce this to 32, and you can also reduce this to 32. Now that you have all of this, you need to just go back here and copy your logo. So you just copy the logo, you're going to come here and you are going to just paste it right in the middle. Okay, right here. So you are going to write it right in the middle, and you are going to have it right here. So now this is just where you need to make a little bit of changes. This is going to be Vows Hospitality Group. This is going to be Vows Hotels and Resorts. This is going to be Vows Travels, and this is going to be Vows Accessories. Okay, so here we go. We have completed we've completed the brand. So you can see how we have created a wonderful brand in Canva using just text, and it comes out super unique. I'm just gonna go right here and I'm gonna change the color of this to something a little bit different. Maybe black is going to be cool because that speaks for what it is. So here we go, and this is how we can complete creating a logo in Canva from start to finish just using text. Now just to finish it up, I'm gonna just add this one a little bit because remember she said she wanted to have yellow, and then we are just going to add a little bit of burnt yellow right here. So I'm gonna add this yellow right there, so you can see that it's out and looking super professional and really cool. Hey guys, so that's the end of this video. I do hope you like it. If you do, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you got thoughts, go to the comment section and drop them right there. I will be responding to as many as possible. And if you also haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, I want you to do that because we've got wonderful tutorials coming your way for business and for your creativity. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, 7 days without Canva makes 1 week. Until then, I dab.